Ratio is fractions. So ratio and fractions are connected. They express the same information, just in different ways. We can use this to find unknown quantities. Sometimes it's easy to see. So if we had 4 to x equals 8 to 9, then it's obvious that x is 4.5. So one way to be thinking about that is 4 to x is the same as 8 to 9. So to get from 4 to 8, we multiply by 2. So to get from x to 9, we'll multiply by 2, which means to get back the way, we divide by 2, and 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So that's an easy one to see. But there's other ways that we can consider doing this. So if we write 4 to x as a fraction with x to be on the numerator, that would be x over 4. And if we write 8 to 9 in the same order, so the 9 to be the numerator, then we would say that x to 4 is the same as 9 to 8. What we can do now is we can write these two fractions with a common denominator. So the common denominator between 8 and 4 is 8. 9 over 8 will remain the same, but to get from x over 4 to a fraction over 8, we need to multiply by 2. So we get that 2x over 8 equals 9 over 8. And then if that's true, because the denominators are the same, that means that 2x must equal 9, which means that x equals 4.5. So if we apply that for this example, so if x to 10 equals 2 to 3, find the value of x. So if we rewrite x over x to 10 as a fraction with the x as the numerator, that's going to be x over 10. And that's going to equal 2 over 3. So we're writing it in the same order. So x comes first, and it's going in the top. So the first number must go on the top. We need to write these with a common denominator. And the common denominator between 10 and 3 is 30. So to get from 10 to 30, we multiply by 3. So we multiply x by 3 to get 3x. Multiply the 3 by 10 to get 30, so multiply 2 by 10 to get 20. So now what we have is 3x equals 20, and if we divide by 3, we get that x equals 20 over 3. Remember, over is another way of saying divided by. And 20 divided by 3 goes 6 times with 2 left over. So it's 6 2/3. So again, once we've got the two fractions are equal to each other with the same denominator, then we can just say, well, the numerators must be equal. So we can just say that 3x is equal to 20. And to get from 3x to 1x, we divide by 3. So 20 divided by 3, write it as a fraction. And then 3 goes into 26 times with a remainder of 2, so it's 6 2/3. The next example, so 3 to 5 equals 2 to x. What we need to do is write the 2 to x as a fraction with the x on the top. So that's going to be x over 2. And 3 to 5, so the x is on the top. It was the second number in the ratio. So the second number needs to go on the top, so that's the 5. So it's going to be 5 over 3 equals x over 2. So we've got denominators of 3 and 2. The common denominator is going to be 6. To get from 3 to 6, we multiply by 2. So that's going to be 5 times 2 is 10. To get from 2 to 6, we multiply by 3. So multiply the top by 3, we get 3x. The numerators or the denominators are the same, so that means that 3x must equal 10. And then we could divide by 3. So 3x divided by 3 will get you down to 1x. So we need to do the same to the 10. And we get x equals 10 divided by 3. And the best way to write that is 10 over 3. And we can change that into a mixed number to give 3 1/3. So now you should be ready to do exercise 5C if you're in the old books, or 5B if you're with the new book.